back like a bingo. And I couldn't try to be single. And the way that she's dancing, I don't know. I don't know, I don't know. She's making me back like a bingo. And I couldn't try to be single. And the way that she's dancing, I don't know. I don't know. Cause tonight
Jeremy and I met in Ghana. We actually worked at the same human rights firm. He doesn't like to call it a firm because it wasn't really a firm, but nevertheless, we worked at the same human rights firm, and he was actually there before I was there. Before coming to that firm, I spent about 2 months in Africa on a whole already, and I had just came back from Uganda. And I had heard that this firm wasn't really giving us a lot of work to do, so I kind of delayed my start time because I didn't want to waste my time.
Basically, like I think it was my 3rd year, right? I was applying for internships and I hadn't heard back from anyone, and so someone suggested that I apply for this human rights internship in Ghana, and I applied. It was really last minute, like the day before it was due. I applied and I got the email saying that I was accepted. And so, you know, a few months passed by, and next thing I know, I'm in Ghana doing the work that I love, human rights work, you know, helping the kids, helping women who have been divorced or those who have been abused within the community, stuff that I love to do, human rights law.
So I got there a week after I should. But as soon as I got there, I remember sitting in the lobby and he walked in with another young man, and my attention immediately gravitated towards him.
2 weeks before I get ready to leave, this nice young lady walks in, like looking really good. She walks in and I said, okay, she looks nice. I had to say hello to her, so I said hello.
And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, who is this guy? He's so handsome, he's dressed the par. And then I had to say to myself, okay, Kelly, calm down, it's okay.
And then I heard her speak and I was like, there's no way she's from here. And so, you know, I wanted to get to know her and all these other kind of things, but one of my roommates actually had told me that he had an interest in her. And so, you know, I was thinking to myself, well, bro code, you know, he called dibs on it. And I said, well, I'll step back and, you know, let him do what he wants to do and encourage him. You know, that didn't necessarily play out.
I was introduced to everyone, and then I finally found out who he was, and I found out that he was a law student, and most importantly, I found out that he loved the Lord. So my first question to God was, could this be the one? Because a week prior, I had been praying about my husband. I said, God, I'm getting old. You need to send me this man quickly.
One day I heard her having a conversation with this guy about, you know, church and their spiritual walk and things of that nature. So I said, okay, I'm gonna use this to my advantage. I'm a preacher's kid. I can definitely chime in on this conversation.
So when I found out that he had the 3 basic qualifications that I looked for, I started asking God if he was the one. And then I had to stop myself a little bit because a part of my prayer was to let God choose the next person for me. So I said, okay, God, I'm not going to strategically position myself to hang out with this guy or try to get to know this guy. I'm going to have you do it. And God took me up on the offer. He said, okay, I'll do it. And he knocked me out for 2 weeks. I was sick with a stomach virus. And when I came back to the firm, Jeremy wasn't there anymore.
From there, I never really heard from her again in Ghana, only to find out later that, you know, the roommate that I had was not telling me everything that she was saying, because apparently she was inviting me to church and all this other stuff, and I never heard about it. And so, you know, whatever. Obviously, we're not friends anymore, but that's not important.
So I said, okay, well, I guess this wasn't meant to be, and if it were meant to be, then God, you go ahead and make it happen. So I spent about the next 6 weeks in Ghana, and I kind of shoved him in the back of my mind.
I ended up going back to actually the Caribbean, and I stayed there for a couple of weeks.
We didn't get to hang out. We hardly got to speak to each other. So when I came back to the United States, that's when I got a friend request from him on Facebook.
So one day I decided, well, I'll add her on Facebook. And I actually went to my old roommate's page to find her.
And at first I didn't know who he was. And I looked at the picture and I said, oh, I remember him. And at this point, he was still in the back of my head. But nevertheless, I accepted him, and I messaged him because I saw that he had pictures of the Caribbean on his Facebook. So I just wanted to start a conversation, ask him if he was from there, you know, fellow Caribbean to another Caribbean person. So I asked him, and he said, no, he's not from there. He just has friends there. So I said, okay. And we would message sporadically back and forth on Facebook, but it was nothing serious.
We shared a couple words. I let her know that I was coming into Virginia Beach area, you know, for a, what's it called?
Ordination.
An ordination, there we go. And, you know, I asked her if she wanted to go out and hang out.
And he asked me out to dinner. And since then, it's just been love in the air. From that first dinner, we went to Bonefish Grill, FYI, great restaurant. Everybody should go and get Bang Bang Shrimp if you're in the area. Anyway, from that first dinner, I just knew that I was supposed to be with this guy. We had so much in common, yet we're so different.
And it's like ever since that first date, as she mentioned earlier, everything was just on. It's just everything clicked.
And we called each other each other's twins because we would think the same things, we would do the same things, but yet he's different from me, so it's just weird. He's my complement. He balances me out very well.
As they say, that's my twin. We finish each other's senses. We bond spiritually. We work out together. We read together. We study together. Everything just worked out, and I just kind of knew that that was my partner. So
from that dinner, I said, I know that I'm going to be with this guy, and whatever it takes, I'm going to get him, and I did.
Cause I know we getting high. Put your hands up in the sky.
You know, a few months passed. I talked to my father. I said, well, I think I found the one.
Was it at this beach?
Actually, it was at Virginia Beach, a little farther down, but it was at this beach. He and I had some food and, you know, just discussed it, and he said, well, if this is what you want and this is what you pray for, then go for it. I support you.
Well, the proposal was amazing, and he totally knocked me off my feet because just a week prior, I was telling him, you need to be more romantic, babe.
You know what's funny? 3 weeks prior to going to St. Vincent, she had just told me that I'm not romantic, and I'm like,
you know, we're watching these love movies because I like chick flicks, and he watches them with me just because, but he hates them. And I was telling him, babe, you should be more romantic, and he's looking at me like, chick, I am romantic. I didn't know it was coming.
And I'm like, I'm the king of romantic. Look where we are now. This is my idea. And so I said, okay, all right. I'm just gonna.
That was not his idea.
I'm just gonna eat that up. And so we went to Ghana. We went to St. Vincent, and I had everything planned. I had been speaking with her cousin, trying to get everything together, and we went to this resort, and I had everything laid out, but it's like the devil was busy, because you know the devil does not like marriage and things of that nature. Anything that's of Christ, he doesn't like. So everything that could go wrong went wrong that day. Even before the flight down, I'm trying to rehearse my lines and my scripture that I'm gonna say in my proposal, and she just nagging me, asking these questions. I'm just like, yo, can you just be quiet so I can tell you, so I can practice my lines? Anyway, long story short, we get to the resort after things went wrong with the tour. I tricked her into thinking we were taking a picture, and I had her cousin pull out the camera, and she was actually recording, and that's when I, you know, asked her to marry me.
So he proposed to me on a beach. Not like this one, but you know, a better beach in the most beautiful island in the Caribbean. Just want to put that out there, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And it was special to me because not only did he propose on my home island, but he proposed in my hometown where I grew up. And it's just been a long time since I visited there, so it was really, really special.
And of course, you know, it's me. She said yes, and yeah.
And just for the record, everyone, no, I did not know it was coming. Everybody keep asking me that, but I didn't know. He planned it with my cousin, and it was a great surprise. The ring was even better. It's fabulous. For those of you who are wondering, it is a 1/2 carat diamond, and the middle stone is from Madagascar, conflict-free. Sorry, just had to put that in there. And it's just everything and more that I wanted, and it was a great, great, great day. Great time, and I'm looking forward to the wedding.
And so that's how it worked out. That's how I met Miss Kelli.
Put your hands up in the sky, in the sky. Hey, yeah, you got me dancing a lingo, the way that you move in your window.
So we just want to thank everyone for watching our video, and we especially want to thank those who supported us throughout our entire relationship. He's French. His ancestors are French. Our entire relationship, and we would like to invite all of you to our wedding. Well, some of you to our wedding, and it is January 16th, 2016. It has a cool date, 1/16/2016.
1/16/16.
Oh yeah, 1/16/16.
She was not good at math.
That's why I'm in law school. But you're all invited. It's in Jamaica, Ocho Rios, and we hope to see you all there. Don't forget to get your passports. It's not working at all.